Good afternoon, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing this Sunday afternoon? Well, a whole bunch of crickets noises coming from our President Renfro's office regarding the arbitration. Last we heard a couple of week ago, that he's trying to get in touch with the Nolan to get some dates. After that, nothing. This guy is strictly turned towards the White House and trying to take over. He keeps doing rallies, this and that, fight like hell for the rallies, and it's very bad time right now with him as the president. We don't know what he's gonna get for us in arbitration. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, so tough times, but everybody keep your head up. We're gonna make it through. It's gonna be better times ahead. I gotta stay positive. As if things can get more weird, today's article, I'm just going over postal workers could take over Census. Imagine that. It's a good thought, but for the same amount of money, they'll be getting a steal. It's very unusual things going on right now. They're trying to toy around the postal service like it's nothing. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. And I'm nothing without my followers, so thanks so much for everybody who supports me. If you like postal content, I would love to have you join my channel. Keep giving the channel thumbs up, really helps out the YouTube algorithm. And to all your comments, really appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. All the information, all your opinions, I hear you all. Everything you guys saying is much appreciated. I know things are not going well right now. All your perspectives are very much appreciated. Try to get back to all of y'all. My apologies if I haven't. So thank God there's so many comments. So still doing my chip away to get to all of your answers. So. Things are not going our way right now. Arbitration, we don't know exactly if Nolan got back to him with the dates yet, so we're left to sit there patiently, just go about our business, daily jobs, our routes and everything. So it's just a mess right now with this guy at the president seat. When he should be concentrating strictly on the contract. He's jumping on the other things, trying to protect. I mean, that's really important too, to protect the service. But nothing can happen. Remember, nothing can happen without Congress. Now, if this president owns the Congress, that's a different ball game. But last I checked, he doesn't. So it's got to go all through Congress, and it's going to take months and months. I don't know why all these rallies are taking place at a critical time when we need to be focusing on arbitration and when the dates Nolan has given the arbitrator and moving forward with that. But it is what it is. He's gonna have that seat until 26, so this is nothing new. We know he doesn't really care about the carriers, not by any means. So just gotta live through it. Anyway, to get to today's article. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has proposed the USPS workers take on the responsibility of conducting national census. So, guys, we deliver mail. Granted, we go to every address in the U.S., but to add this responsibility, I just can't see it. Let me get this right. You go to an address, deliver mail, then you will be expected to find out how many people live in there. What we gonna knock the door of each house and then ask them how many people live in there, or it can go by how many mail pieces, different names on the mail arriving at each house, something the way figure out the census that way, but it's just too funny. I mean, why it matters. Since taking office in January, President Donald Trump has overseen sweeping reforms to the federal government. He said earlier this month that Lutnick was going to look at USPS and has previously expressed interest in privatizing the agency. What to know? Lutnick has suggested that USPS workers take on some of the responsibility for conducting the census, including going to houses across America to count the people. At present, the census, which is taken every 10 years and is next due in 2030, is conducted by the dedicated U.S. Census Bureau. It sends invitations to every household to complete the census by phone, online, or by mail. We do get those census forms every, that's right, about 10 years or something like that. I remember seeing them, and they come once in a while. So we spend 40 billion every 10 years doing the census, and that means we hire 625,000 people. And they rent cars and gas, you pay them food. They go to every household and count the people, Lutnick said in an interview with Fox Business on Wednesday, 26th. What department do we already have that already employs 625,000 people? It's not cars. It's got cars, already has gas, and goes to every household, Lutnick said, referring to the USPS. Let's use the assets of the government to make us better and save us money. The Census Bureau and USPS to comment via email. We want to have a post office that works well and doesn't lose massive amounts of money, Trump said. We're thinking about doing that, and it'll be a form of a merger, but it'll remain the Postal Service, and I think it'll operate a whole lot better. Really? For the same amount of money, you'll get two services in one. Now, what kind of ultimate disrespect is this to the hardworking carriers of this country? It's unbelievable. Now you're trying to slap on another duty with the same amount of money. Forget about the contract situation right now. You pay us where inflation is. You pay us 3-4 times less that amount, and you want to give us another service instead of giving us more money? Really? It's true the USP has been losing money. It's reported $9.5 billion loss in the fiscal year ending September 2024, compared to a net loss of $6.5 billion in the fiscal year prior. All the losses are only talked about. What about the $22 billion revenue gained, as we saw on all our scanners? Where's that at in the news? On late 2024, the House Committee on Oversight Accountability reported that the financial condition of USPS remains poor. No, it doesn't. It's told outgoing Postmaster General Louis DeJoy that he must implement cost-effective measures to achieve financial self-efficiency. USPS implemented a 10-year plan to stabilize its finances in 21. According to a report by NBC News, Lutnick discussed plans to dissolve USPS leadership and fold the agency into Department of Commerce with the president prior to his inauguration in December. The Census Bureau is already part of the Commerce Department. The USPS is older than the US itself, having been founded in 1775. And this is how you treat it, really? It became a financially self-sustaining government agency in 1970, and according to the New Research Center, is one of the most well-liked federal agencies. What people are saying. President Donald Trump said on February he's going to look at it. He's got a great business instinct, which is what we need, and he'll be looking at it. And we think we can turn it around, but it's the Postal Service. We're losing so much money with the Postal Service. We don't want to lose that kind of money. So the Secretary and some others that have talent, that kind of talent, we're looking at. Any effort to this is the main thing, any effort to privatize USPS or move it into executive branch department will require authorization from Congress. That's the part they're not going to get. So if the plan fails there, sorry. But, I'm just, anything can happen in this time of uncertainty. So these guys have come up with a plan to have the census joined with the Usps Carriers. So double duty, but the same amount of money. How fair is that? That's an idea that's gonna be not gonna go anywhere. It's not happening. We got enough responsibility as it is, carriers. So that's where we stand. Just an article on different things going on, trying to mess around the USPS right now with the new president and everything. But for us at hand, our contract is still in that phase of getting the arbitration dates from Mr. Nolan. Nothing has changed. Mr. Renfro, no new update to report. Just crickets. I hear crickets in his office. Sadly enough, there was another interview that I overheard, Brother JH with James Henry. Very informative. Good job, Jay. I believe it was yesterday. I caught a few glimpse of it, hours of it. So very nice interview. Appreciate both. Of course, I'm with James Henry all the way. So everything he mentioned, very informative. Thanks, JH, for holding that interview with Brother James Henry. Thanks so much for that. A lot of information passed, a lot of good question you asked him, and he answered very solid, very informative. So thanks, Jay, for that. Appreciate it. So that was today's video, just going over some things that are being discussed to mess around the USPS Commerce Department, trying to get us to go under Commerce Department. We're okay where we're at. We have been here since 1970, like it was, all of us know, before the country was even made. We were there. We're in the Constitution. They gotta just leave us alone. And these losses, what about the gains, the revenue, the 22 billion in the first quarter of this 25? That's not being reported. What about that? So and this money loss issue, well, the managers and the all the management keeps getting their raises, as we all know, but the losses don't affect them. Losses doesn't affect anybody but the frontline hard workers, carriers. That's it. This thing is literally upside down. The carriers are not appreciated by any means, haven't been for decades now, and we keep saying it's time to change, but it's gonna all start from the top. The president right now he's not up for any change. He's just feeding off of our union dues left and right. He's holding that seat of his real tight. He was saved in the Boston convention when all those charges came front, and the higher ups loved him so much that they dropped all the charges for some reason. He got very lucky. Now he's holding tight to that seat. And he has another year left before hopefully James Henry takes it. We'll see when the time comes voting. We'll see which way we go. I'm just saying my vote is on James Henry and what he stands for. So sadly, that's the situation right now. If there's an update, I'll report it. Nothing confirmed as far as the next step, as the dates, Mr. Nolan. So I know a lot of you have asked this question in all the comments. What's next? Just giving you a heads up, nothing new. Right now, we don't even have the dates from the arbitrator, Mr. Nolan. So as soon as something happens, I will be definitely reporting to my fellow carriers. Much respect to all of your hard work, 7 days a week, CCAs, doing that Amazon on Sundays. We work 7 days a week, guys. Much respect, hard work. I know times are really tough. Larger cities, smaller cities is all the same. This wage that we're provided with, has become very, very difficult to live on. The medical insurances have really destroyed. The percentage they've gone higher is unbelievable. But our pay is still there, and we're just getting those annual increases right now. This 2 years we've been waiting for a new contract. So now 700 plus days is unheard of. What this NALC leadership is doing. A lot of you have dropped out of NALC, rightfully so. I'm just, me personally, I'm waiting to see when all this arbitration ends, what kind of effort is done before I make a move out of NALC or stay with it. Things can change. we don't know really, but there's no hope with this guy, an arbitrator, what kind of things he'll tentative play. If he puts the same tentative plan in front of arbitrator Nolan, we're not getting anything. It's going to be a fail. Post office is just going to come in that meeting laughing all the way. They own this guy, president. Sadly so. That it's not going to be good for the carriers by any means. But there's still hope. Once we get the dates from Nolan, all that is going to start happening. Those meetings, first few meetings. If Mr. Nolan has any sense, has any care for, sees the total picture, this is how much management gets paid and the carriers are being left out. I'm sure he's seen some kind of stories in the media, and carriers living out of their cars, union homes providing shower to homeless carriers. This is really sad news. I just heard yesterday from Mr. Henry. The situation is that bad that in some cities we have carriers homeless. They come to the job, but the job doesn't pay even to cover a one-bedroom apartment in certain cities. I believe he mentioned Kentucky. That really hit me hard. It's very sad. The whole situation, how hard we work, we deserve a whole lot better. There's a higher power. We're going to pray. We always have been praying. Don't stop that, guys. God in charge is seeing all this, and, our patience are being tested, and hopefully something a lot better comes. These carriers, that's unheard of, using showers in union offices because they can't afford a one-bedroom apartment with the salary that's provided from postal service. It's really bad. When things like this start showing up, it's the leadership, the president's seat is long overdue to be changed by somebody who actually cares, has the balls to go in front of the higher ups and demand this raise, demand a much higher raise for its carriers, the front line who do all the work. Granted, I always mention this, but there's good managers, good supervisors out there that have, changed, got promoted from being carriers. They know what it's like. So it's not all of them. There's some good guys working in there. They deserve whatever they get. They're working for the carrier. They help out the carriers in certain situations. But the majority is not looking good for the managers. A lot of abuse is there, a lot of harassment. I'm sure every other office has some form of this going on. Just the system, the way they're trained is sad to take it all out on the carriers. And us, meanwhile, are not completely protected. There's grievances filed, but nothing changes. Grievances go only a certain level, then they freeze. But our harassment continues. So it just all starts with the leadership. Of course, when you have a leader sitting on the seat that is not doing his job, what are you going to care about the grievances? They're only going to go so high. And it's just the situation we got to go through. A lot of patience is needed, carriers. And we'll get through it. Always we do. We'll come out on top. We work hard. We have faith in a higher power. So, that's where we're at. That's what today's video, just bringing up the topic about the census. It's really funny, like we don't do enough to add another responsibility and not give us our increase. It's really bad. So that's it for today's video. Once he gives an update on the arbitrator and the dates, I will definitely get back with you guys. Somebody's calling me, so that's it for today's video. This is Saeed. Stay good, stay safe. And better times ahead. Positivity. Have a good day, guys.